Hey, ladies.
Hi.
You must be Pet. And you're G.
Yes.
Y'all ready to get somewhere safe? Put on the blindfolds. Put them on. You set?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Don't worry. Bear sent me.
Okay, we're gonna be okay. Where are you taking us?
Where are we going?
You don't need to know. Just know Bear sent me.
Okay.
We're here. Get out of the car. Don't take off your blindfolds yet. Step away from the car. Bear will find you.
It's all right. Where is she?
Bear?
Did you take him off yet?
You said not to.
Okay. I don't know what to do. I'm so scared.
All right, ladies. Welcome.
Oh my
Okay, so the solar flare has hit. It's been 24 hours. It's time to open the Faraday cage. We don't find any electrostatic in the air. We think it's passed. So we're going to open one Faraday cage and see what happens. What we have here is a Mylar bag that you use in a 5-gallon bucket. And we're actually going to only unwrap one item.
To see if it works.
Right, before we unwrap anything else. As you'll see as we pull the items out, this is the first stage of the Faraday. Alright, so what we have at this point is we have some things in an additional Mylar and some things just in plastic and foil. This would not fit in the Mylar, so it's in plastic and foil. Go ahead and open it.
Should we just open this one?
Yeah, because this one is less protected. It'll tell us better if it's actually working. So we have saran wrap, 2 or 3 layers of saran wrap.
Or 10.
Or 10. And the reason you want saran wrap is because this is a metal bag. You want to insulate it against it to prevent conduction. We can reuse that saran wrap. Remember, we're bugging out.
And the foil.
Yep. We have foil for dinner use. And when you're wrapping your foil, you want to make sure you wrap every piece. Everything is touching. Nothing is, each layer is touching itself. You can go 1, 2, or 3 layers. We always go minimum of 2 layers.
Oh, he's pretty shy.
Be used. Everything can be reused in an SHTF situation.
You can actually piece foil together to make a big piece.
Very nice.
I've done it
Nice.
up north. We had to.
And if you're using multiple layers, it's less likely to be a bother if you get a little tear in one layer. So now we have saran wrap, again, against the light. Now, metal flashlights have the least likely ability to be hurt in a solar flare. Plastic flashlights tend to have a higher incidence, but either one is next to nothing. It's a rarity for a flashlight to not work after a solar flare. So let's go ahead and turn it on and see. Voila. Now there are other options that you can do instead of a big Faraday cage. If there are no electronic circuits in your flashlight, which there are in this one, you can simply wrap your flashlight and take your battery out.
And protect your batteries.
And protect your battery, because if they're disconnected from the flashlight, like if you've got a little stick flashlight, which we have in this bag, take the batteries out. You're less likely to have any issues whatsoever, and then store your batteries separately. I choose to have them available within the system. At least in my initial bag I open, and all the rest of the bags, we do not have the batteries stored in them. And this is a hand crank radio, so it just hand cranks or solar, and you should be raring to go. So protect your items. So now we get to use these on our prepping unplugged challenge.
We have light.
Yay! I just wanted to show you my beautiful baby girl, Sarah O.R. Check her out on YouTube. Just built that. Way to go. That was the fastest fire I've seen.
It's Sarah OR 7983.
There you go. I'm really bad with numbers. She did an awesome job. We're getting ready to cook dinner. We're trying to get the fire and some hot coals so that Pet Prepper can start us on a Dutch oven meal. Watch your fingers.
Oh, he probably went under the shed, huh?
Yep, see if we can draw him out.
No.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
Bear? What on earth are you drawing?
Whoa. Whatever that is, it just exploded.
Maybe I can stand here and... Okay. It's bear standing up and peeing. It's, okay, oh, it's about, oh, it's bear farting all weekend long. 48 farts. 48 minutes of farting.
A 48-hour fart.
48 challenge, 48-hour challenge. You can't write numbers. Oh, 48-hour unplugged challenge. That is good. 48-hour
I don't know. This was supposed to be at the bottom.
unplugged.
Okay. So I found them. Yopon. I'll put the spelling in the description box. And these are 35% caffeine. You can dry them. You can grind them. You can put them in. I'm going to kind of crunch them up a little bit. And I'm putting them on the top. Just for now, but I'm going to kind of mix them in. And we'll do some other leaves for tomorrow morning. Because we can just pull it right off the plant. One of the things I noticed last time I made wheat coffee was that I needed my caffeine. So, let me go ahead and put this together. I'm going to need 2 hands. Alright, put your thing on top. And the one thing I don't like about this, doesn't have a handle. So we are going to have to rig up the fire. That's what we roasted our wheat coffee in last night. And we're going to make us a little spot here that we can put our coffee on. And I think I've got a log. Let me use 2 hands so it's safe. Yeah, so all I did was move the hot wood over here, and we're going to boil us up some coffee. If you listen real close, you can hear it perking. We're making coffee. Takes a while on fire. A lot longer than plugging in a coffee pot and turning it on. Okay, there's the coffee. Got a little cream in it. Could be a little darker, a little evenly roasted. I'm going to see if it gives me that caffeine jolt. Alright, we got the bread going in the solar oven. We've got clouds today, so it's spotty, but you can see it's not going to make much of a difference with bread. So what you want to do is you want to line your sun up in the center and just keep checking it. We're going to lower the rock in the back. Now you see, we've got the sun. I've got it set so it'll come across like that. And it should be just about perfect. It's probably been in here about 5 hours just because we got busy. And so I'm going to go ahead and open the solar oven. We don't have any sun right now. Get a little moisture. It's only 150. And that is our beautiful bread. Wow. I took a 1 loaf and cut it in 2 so that we could have 2 loaves to last us 2 days with half a recipe. So let's go put it on the cooling rack and enjoy our bread tonight. Yay. With pet stew.
Yay.
Ow! Whoops.
What you doing?
Cooking. Making pizza.
What do you got in there?
Yeast. Salt. 5 teaspoons of yeast. A teaspoon of salt. 2 teaspoons of sugar. And I'm going to put some oil in there now.
Okay, and how old is the yeast?
Oh, 2010.
And it's going to work just
And it's going to work just dandy.
Don't let me that down here.
3 teaspoons of oil. And I'm bare. I don't measure.
She dances
That
though.
rice, we use water from the parabolic mirror for our warm water.
Ooh, good idea.
We'll let that run.
Where is it?
Right by your feet.
Oh, he did that up earlier. She did. What was that?
We're making pizza.
Okay.
Okay, when you're making pizza or something, or bread or anything that you're going to have bread with, you always want to bulk up on it because you want to get their tummies full, but you want to use as little food as possible. So we've got a really, really thick crust here, and we're going to let it rest for 15 minutes, then we're going to put some spaghetti sauce on it. That's homemade spaghetti sauce. So it already has the meat in it and pepperoni.
Yum.
We'll be back in 15 minutes.
TVP?
TVP.
Oh my God.
You say it.
And there you go.
Deep dish pizza. Now time to put it on the coals.
OMG. We'll be back when we're devouring it. What you doing, Bear?
Rigging up the Dutch oven.
Why are you putting a chain on there?
So you can hang them on mess hooks.
Why do you want to hang your Dutch oven?
So you can cook over the fire. We're going to be cooking we're going to be cooking using Dutch oven. What you can do is you can set this and you can hang your Dutch oven wherever you choose to. And you hook your rod at the end, your chain length, through there to stop it from getting any bigger. If you wrap it right. Gotta wrap it in the same direction.
Is it too hot to wrap it right?
It's too hot to do anything right today. Okay, they're getting the pizza pan and G's starting the fire. We're gonna have dinner.
Should we see what the bottom looks like?
No. There is no bottom.
Here you go.
It's good. Turned out really good. Maybe a little overdone, but not bad. Wow.
What do you think of the pizza?
It's really good.
I think it's very tasty.
It always is.
I'm so hungry, I don't care. Best part about bugging out, you'll eat anything. It's a mess, but it's really good.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's shaped like pizza or not.
I'm kicking you.
What do you think?
I don't know what other peppers are eating, but this is delicious.
Remember the pizza we made last night? La Crusette. All I did was pour some water in there, put a bag over it, and it was burnt on. And look at that. So, if you're going to be cooking over a fire, invest in some good cookware or some cast iron. This is cast iron. And make your life a little easier. Breakfast. Bacon, eggs, and hash browns. Starting with the canned bacon. She's drinking her coffee. She's going to take over here in a minute. Here, one of the things that's important to do is check your food before you eat it. So we have 4 jars of beef tips here. And, you know, it's always going to look dry and cookie on top, and the fat is always going to smell funny. So and make sure your seals are good. You're going to take something and stir it up so that you can get the fats off the top. And unless you know they're all good, don't use the same knife. Check one, smell it, check another, and smell it. This one here smells different. And if you look, see how much white fat is in that one and how runny that white fat is? See that? You can actually see the fat in these that I stirred in. This one you can't. It's just runny. Tells me it's going bad. So always trust your nose. If you're not sure, throw it out. Don't eat it. It's not worth it. Alright, here's the fridge. We got an ice block in there. We got it down to 60 degrees. At the bottom.
Now we're gonna see what it's at the top.
In the shade. 102. Welcome to Texas.
Alright, here's my fortune. My fortune in Texas, at Bear's house. Seized from every moment its uniqueness.
Oh, how nice.
You are unique.
So are you. Alright, let's see what the fortune has to say for me.
Let's see if you can read better than me.
You read fine. Don't look back, always look ahead. Always do.
Okay, so when I get on that plane tomorrow,
I'll look ahead to the next time we're together.
you need to hand that, you need to like wet that with your spit and stick it to my forehead. It's gonna suck.
Well, I didn't want to think about it.
What's gonna suck?
Tomorrow.
Nothing. Nothing. We have nothing.
We have nothing because we're always connected and we'll be connected even after tomorrow.
We still have tonight.
Yep. Yep. And we're awake.
And we finally feel good.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, so let's do an after-action review on the Prepping Unplugged Challenge. What did I learn? Well, first I thought I was organized. Very disorganized. You're just used to working in a controlled environment, and out here there's no such thing as control. Unless you do it all the time, you don't have things situated in a functional manner. The food challenges. The shed, going up and down these hills to get food out of there. And you go in there, you get half your meal.
You think
forget
you got
the other
everything.
half. Yeah. And so we're going to put a panel in here with a sliding tray like some of those that Pat was telling me about where you could put a TV on so that we can load it up in the morning.
And turn it. And
Yeah, and then you just pull it open, a little door, pull it open, take off what you need, push it back. Next day, the person who loads up the next day's meal puts that stuff away. Less steps. Exhausting.
way less steps.
Exhausting. Oh my goodness.
We made 5 trips at least
for
every meal.
At least.
Not including putting everything away.
And then, right. And then, you know, and you're walking back and forth dishes, you got to dump the water.
And it is really hilly here.
Yeah, it's not flat like Minnesota.
No, Minnesota.
Minnesota. Better. She's teaching me
kind of.
Minnesotan. All right. Safer outside. We felt really safe here. Nobody can hear us. We could have a fire. We could have the cooking smells. But if I was home, you'd have to block your windows for light. You couldn't really cook because people will smell it.
Right.
You know. And we did do a solar EMP, not a nuclear EMP. So we, as you'll see in our videos, we had time to prepare for it.
for some of the things that we were going to
Right. So we made
face.
sure things were in Faraday cages and stuff like that.
And the ice.
And the ice. We had, when I left the house to come to the retreat, I have soda bottles that are frozen in ice. I loaded up an ice chest with them, and that's what we use for the challenge. To keep things...
Pop
We had
bottles.
soda pop bottles.
Pop
Oh,
bottles.
Minnesota pop.
Pop.
Soda bottles. Okay. Cook earlier. It takes so much longer than you imagine. You got to get the flame hot enough. You got to load up the pot. You got to walk it back and forth. You got
You got to raise it and lower it and snuff
Mess
out the
with the
fire and then
coals.
get the fire going more and
especially with pizza.
yeah,
Pizza was the hardest. It was good, but it was the hardest to do.
it was.
So, stink. More bras for women, more undershirts for men. Oh my goodness. I didn't think about that. By day 2, I took a shower and I reeked when I finished because we were lucky. We had showers.
And then and then after the challenge was over, we went in and we went to take showers and I handed her, I forgot a few things that had already, we started a laundry.
Yeah, we started
I
laundry.
handed it and I'm like, don't breathe, wash your hands when you're done. Here's my nasty,
And mine was just as bad. It was like, oh my goodness, we should have had a load of wash just for our bras.
And I had 3 of them and they were still rank.
Yeah.
They were.
I wasn't smart. I had 1. I thought 1 would do. No. Sunrise to sunset. I'm an early riser. Pet's a late riser. I'm an early to bed. She's a late to bed. Well, we compromised, both of us.
We did.
I got up early and stayed up late. She got up early and went to bed early, sort of.
I was up by 11 at least.
Yeah.
That way she had most of the work done by the time I got up.
I had 3 hours sleep the first night, 5 hours the next night,
And
and
how
5
was our
hours the
sleep?
next night. Oh my goodness. We were on, any slope makes a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
And it was terrible sleep because we kept sliding down the cot and
Or
pulling
fell
back up every half hour or so.
And sleeping on a cot versus sleeping in your bed is a completely different
Completely different thing. And it's hot. I know she's from Minnesota and it's really cold in Minnesota or just warming up. So it was tough for her to acclimate. We had 60-degree weather.
So it was
Last
just
week.
about as hard as
It was just as hard for me. I was exhausted from the heat. It was 102 in the shade. Really difficult to deal with. The only good thing was, in this location, we had a breeze probably about 75% of the time.
Yeah, and we had shade,
Yeah.
except we exhausted ourselves
Moving.
moving the chairs so that we can take
Be
a
in the
break and-
shade.
yeah.
So, cuts. Sarah OR 7983 is going to put a video up. I had a little cut before we even started this challenge. It could have grown into something deadly if this was true situation. You can't keep clean. You try and try and try. The dust is blowing. but you got to find a way to do it. Any cut has to be reported because it can balloon into staph infection so quick. It was really nasty, and that's why it's not on my channel. It's going on Sarah O.R.'s channel because it was nasty.
Yeah. And it wasn't nasty before we got here.
No, it was...
It was like already healing.
A little cut.
And then all of a sudden all the dirt and everything just...
And you're always dirty. The dust.
Oh my
You're
God.
always dirty.
Always.
So, and I think the last thing, that was it. And that's the things that I learned. Oh, no, that's not the last thing. If we were entering this challenge, we would have been totally disqualified. We, you know, had Faraday cages. We put everything in a Faraday cage, pulled out the hand crank radio, put the batteries in it, put the solar panel up on it, and then turned on the music and danced.
The whole weekend.
The whole weekend. So you're going to hear that throughout our videos, but thank goodness we aren't entering.
Right.
We failed. There would be no radio stations to listen to. So I hope you learn the same things.
And I would
learn
have to
things.
sing.
Yeah,
Oh.
you would. Oh, that'd be
I'd have been
bad.
kicked out.
That'd be bad. Maybe we could get G to sing.
She's a good singer.
She's a good singer.
Really good singer.
We'll get her to sing
And
next
dancer.
time. And dancer.
Ooh, and you'll get to see
She
that.
likes to wiggle a lot.
She does.
But yeah, I hope you've tried this. And you know, we've sat up and watched all your videos that were already up the minute this was off. And we can't wait to see the ones that say they're posting. We got a bunch more coming in. And we're excited for all you. And we hope you learned as much as we did.
One more thing.
What?
You'll know what we mean when you watch her video. Or
Ay,
my
ay,
video.
ay, ay. She's leaving on a jet plane. I don't want her to go, but she's going anyways. She's gonna make herself all hot because it's all cold.
It's 46 degrees in Minnesota.
And we're about, what, 95, 96 today?
Hotter than hell.
Get your jacket.
Videotape us. Oh.
Love you. Blessings.
Blessings. I said blessings. Blessings.